What's up, guys? It's a new week, and you know what that means. It's a new episode of your favorite weekly show. And yes, we're still live streaming in my living room. I guess it's really a den. But I'm your host, Nicola Bosco, and this is In the Nona. So I'm just gonna break it down a little bit. I'm struggling. This is getting a bit difficult to do, huh? Putting on a happy face and step away from the TV and all the Netflix and Hulu. But hanging in there. I hope you guys are too. And let's get through some of the news that's going on. And I know I've been talking about it, but we have the Nona Connect COVID-19 platform. And this is literally your portal for all things COVID-19. If you have any information or news regarding any of the businesses going on in the area, like are they closed? Are they still open? Maybe they're providing some hand sanitizer, or they're donating goods to other companies or those who need it. This is your all access information portal. If you have any questions regarding anything COVID-19 related, you can also submit those questions in this platform. You can access it at nona.link. Guys, there are groups, there are sections for everything: education, entertainment. You can see it on the screen. Family needs, business assistance. This is where you should be going if you have any questions. And you can also see that this is where you'll be submitting any of your related questions. And when we get those, we'll be asking some of our professionals in the area and business leaders to get the accurate information to you. And speaking of quarantine, I do this every week. I have no idea what week I'm in. I think it's week 4, maybe. Who knows? But I've seen that some of you are staying sane by having a little fun and getting creative and thinking out of the box. And that's something that I am struggling to do. I have no routine. I am literally doing what I'm sure all those memes are showing you, just sitting on the couch watching Netflix, and Netflix asks you if you're still watching. Of course I am. But some of these people that actually reached out are having a very creative session during quarantine. And that first person I'm going to bring in here to talk to me a little bit more is Zack Miller. And now Zack was flipping out over quarantine. That's what we're saying for him. And you can see some of the videos that he submitted. He's flipping over these insane things, like his little kids going in the vehicle, little, like, I don't even know what to call them anymore, the little like push vehicles. Zack, welcome in. Talk to me about this.
Hi. Yeah, so we're in quarantine, and we got to do things to make the day go by. So I got my kids and my wife, and we just go outside every day, trying to keep a routine, and we just have fun and we play around. So whatever the kids are into, we kind of go with, and then Dad gets to have some fun while he's at it too.
This one's even great. Like what was it? The caption, flipping over a car, and I was like, oh yeah. It got me a good laugh here. I mean, that's awesome. Like I am not coordinated or talented like that. But when did you figure out you could flip like this? Tell me a little bit more about how you learned how to be so acrobatic.
Absolutely. So I've been doing martial arts since I was about 5 years old.
Oh, wow, okay.
And when I hit 17, I started to do circus training, and then I ran away with the circus shortly after that. So I was with the circus for a while. I came back to Orlando, and I've been in the theme parks for over 10 years now. So
awesome.
Obviously we're furloughed. We're not working right now. So we've got to do it in our backyard to keep it up.
There you go. You're keeping the techniques down fine, right?
Absolutely.
Getting the practice in where you can. So when did you decide, I'm going to start getting my kids in on this?
You know what? I think they brought the idea to me. They watch me do it outside, and then all of a sudden they say, Daddy, I want to do it. I want to do it. You can see my son in the video. He just walks up and he wants to jump on. In fact, it's hard for me to get a turn in because he always wants to go first.
Are they going to potentially beat you at your own skill when they get older?
I hope so. They're 1 and 4, and I'm hoping by 10 they can work for me and I can stay at home.
There you go. That's a big dream.
Fingers crossed.
So, I mean, this is just like, it's just mind-blowing, honestly. It makes me want to go outside more because I started off quarantine hanging out by the pool, and literally every single day I was taking at least 30 minutes to an hour to just float in the pool and just hang out. But I feel like I haven't been outside enough. And now you're making me wish I had a trampoline to even be able to do a front flip, which It's been years, you know? So, but I mean, it's just what a cool and unique way to like really deal with everything that we're going through. Like,
Thank you.
yeah, of course. And you know, the last thing I'm just curious about is, you know, between you said the wife, yourself, and the kids, you know, who's having the most fun?
You know what? I can't lie. I think it might be me. But
There you
after
go.
watching some of those videos, I don't know. The kids have a lot of fun too. And
That's
once in a
awesome.
while, when I eat it and I fall down, the wife laughs a lot too. So
I'm
maybe
sure.
everybody wins.
That's great. Well, Zach, thank you so much for submitting these. You've lit a little bit of a fire and some old inspiration within me. I'm not gonna go do anything that'll hurt myself because I can be very clumsy, but I
That's good.
may do maybe start off with a nice easy somersault in the grass.
That sounds good. And when it's all over, if you want to come over and try it, you're more than welcome to.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Zach, so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Nicole. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And so we're transitioning from flipping out over quarantine to showing some support for those who have been really on the front lines for this. And you guys heard previously we were doing something called Hearts for Healthcare Workers. And Anna Ortiz, she submitted these photos showing that we're all in this together because we really are. Anna, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Nicole. Thank you so much.
Of course. Yeah. So talk to me a little bit more about your submission. So is this your door?
Yeah, it's my work. Well, I'm an architect and I love to craft. I have my pre-cut, the machine that cuts paper and vinyl and all this stuff. So it's my happy place to make crafting, and I realize that we need to show some support for the front lines and everybody outside, even my neighbors and
Of course.
everybody
Yeah.
who walks around. So it's nice to see good messages and nice encouraging words during this time. So that's why I decided to do it.
Definitely. You know, even though Lake Nona has always been a very active community, I've never seen so many people outside. Everybody is finding an excuse to go outside. If it's just to walk
Uh-huh.
down the street or walk the dog a little bit further, take the kids in a stroller, go for a bike ride or a run. I definitely hear you. You know, it's mainly for the frontline workers, but it's for everyone because it definitely you're passing people's houses and it's always nice to look and see an inspirational and uplifting message because we are all in this together. And I think it can be very easy to forget that because we're all cooped up in our own homes and kind of isolated. So we forget, you know, everyone is dealing with this. It's not just something that I'm dealing with and something that you're dealing with. So I
Yeah.
mean, that's super cool. You made this design yourself?
Oh yes. Yeah. I did it. Yeah, I was trying to, as a crafter, we started a movement of water parts. So we want to show some hearts and the rainbow because it's inspirational, it's positive thoughts. So you can, even for yourself, when you
Right.
just open your door, you just read it and it's motivation to go inside and stay inside as we need to be.
Definitely. Awesome. Well, thank you again so much for submitting this. I believe you were one of the first to submit, so I really do appreciate that. And
Yeah, thank
guys,
you.
guys, this is open for everyone. So it could be, you know, your photos or videos of what you're doing to stay entertained. Zach and Anna did it. We had Sophia and Courtney last week doing it. So guys, please submit your fun creative ideas. It's nona.link/quarantinthenona. Anna, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much.
Of course. Have a good one. And guys, again,
Thank you,
literally,
you
if
too.
you're bored, if you are seeking inspiration for what to do on week 3, 4, some of you may have been going a little bit longer. Maybe you're on week 5. Some of you may not even know what number day you're on. So submit your videos and photos. It's nona.link/quarantinthenona. Again, I tried to do a play off words, quarantine in the Nona. So have fun, share away, and you just may be on the next episode. Can't really say show because this is a live stream, so things are a little bit different here because we're just going with it. All right, guys, moving on. Some of you in this area may have seen the new Facebook group called Adopt a Senior. And the whole motive of this group and the mission of the group is to show encouragement and support to the local high school seniors, the class of 2020. Some of you have may heard schools not going back. The distance learning is continuing. Seniors like Lake Nona high school seniors, or those who live in the Lake Nona area but may go to other schools, are not going back to their classrooms. So they're going to miss out on some of those really classic senior traditions that you and I got to experience, like prom, the walkout, just seeing your friends and being in that environment one last time. They don't get to do that. So this adopter senior group is one way to show support and encouragement for them. And we actually have Lisa Mader and Tina Escalez. They went ahead and submitted a video to give you guys a little bit more background information about it. And take it away. Here we go.
We're pretty excited to be on here because we want to tell everybody about what we're doing. I feel like it's something that the whole community can be part of and enjoy, from the student who this is actually for, to the parent, to our neighbors, to our friends, to strangers who want to help out. I feel like it's a win-win for everybody, being a part of something that's very unique and has never happened before, and being able to change or brighten somebody's day, which is actually really needed right now.
Absolutely. The reason we came up with this idea is because our seniors are sad, and Tina and I are both senior moms. So there's a lot of things we're missing and that our children are missing, but through the kindness and love of our community, these kids are being surprised, and they know that they've not been forgotten, that their senior year is still
important.
Yeah, important.
So, for example, my son today received, right around lunchtime, it was very clever, and his favorite topping that I didn't even tell her about, I just told her that my boy likes to eat. He received a pizza and breadsticks, and he was beside himself over something that, he gets often enough. He does eat pizza, but to come from like a stranger, and he's like, whoa, he's like, what's this? How can I thank her? He had a million questions, but it really made him feel loved and, important.
It just brightens their day and brings a smile to their day. So if you are a senior parent, please join the Facebook page and put your child on it so they can be adopted. If you are somebody in the community that would like to make the child smile, please join the page, and we will match you up with somebody that you can help, somebody that you can make happy. We're going to be starting some drawings tonight. The first one is a surprise, but we'll be doing that later on today. We've had about 53, something like that, seniors adopted so far. There are still 3 waiting as of right now. We're going to put all of their names in a hat, bowl, whatever, and pick a name, and they're going to win a surprise. Just another way to make them happy. They're missing so much.
I think that's the biggest thing. We have to remember some senior year was some of the best memories for some of us. Maybe some not so much, but like Courtney, she went ahead and said the walkout was one of my favorite memories. And, I was class of 2011 for Lake Nona High School. So I was the first graduating class. We didn't have those senior traditions, so I didn't necessarily get to experience a walkout, but I can kind of understand and I could totally relate to imagining looking forward to something and then having that ripped out from underneath you because it was totally out of your control. So these seniors need to know that just something that was important to them and is important to them, that's okay. It's okay that it's not happening, and it's okay that they're feeling however they're feeling. Everything is okay. And I think it's our responsibility to help them, realize that even though something's not happening, yes, life will go on, but again, it's okay for them to feel that way, and that we're all still here to support them. And I think, this group has really done a good job, and it just launched not too long ago. I think it was just a few days ago, or at least I joined into it 1 or 2 days ago. And just seeing the community come together, I think that's the biggest thing. We're all here to support every single one of you. Every single person is our neighbor. And I think that just goes to show how strong Lake Nona really is. And, even for those students that Lake Nona High School, or those who live in the area and maybe going to, let's say, Bishop Moore or Lake Highland Prep, you guys are all supported too. We're not just being exclusive to Lake Nona High School. So whether you're a senior parent or, like myself, you were an alumni and maybe you know some of the kids. It's a little bit strange, a little bit of background of me. I was after school all-star supervisor and counselor at Odyssey Middle and Lake Nona Middle. And although that was a long time ago, some of the kids that grew up underneath me, this is their senior year. So I'm like watching through the group to see if any of those kids are still needing to be adopted and if I can help out in any way. And you heard it from Tina and Lisa, you could be as creative as possible. I think that's the biggest takeaways during quarantine. How creative can we all be? And how can we put smiles in other people's faces, whether it's in real life or through maybe a video or a photo that you see on social media? And, this group is doing that. You heard Tina talking about how her son received pizza and breadsticks, and it's some of his favorite things, and it was right on the dot at lunchtime. Something that seems so small that we take for granted can literally turn these kids' days upside down and make it right, even if it's just for a moment. And I think we really should be spreading like some positive light in this, and I feel like that's our mission. We're always trying to make sure everybody knows about the positive stuff that's going on. I understand I'm a broadcast journalism major. The news can be very doom and gloom. And it's one of those things where sometimes you just don't want to listen to it anymore because it's always so negative. So we're here to show you Lake Nona's hanging in there and we are staying positive. Yes, we understand reality is going on outside of us and outside of, the bubble, let's say. We understand that we're all in quarantine and that it's very serious stuff that's happening. But it's okay to still remain positive and to show the good, because that's ultimately what helps get us all through this, especially when it's going on for what seems like forever and there's really no end in sight because everything is up in the air. Things are out of our control, and that's okay. It's how you adapt and overcome, and we'll all get through it. So the one thing I wanted to mention, speaking of this Adopt a Senior group, I know I kind of went off on a tangent. I hope that was helpful to somebody. I really do. Guys, I'm starting to lose my mind, okay? And I'm sorry that all of you get to witness it. But this Adopt a Senior group, I spoke with Tina and Lisa, and we're going to have them come on for a separate Q&A live stream. And we're going to try and get some of the, their parents themselves to some high school seniors. We're going to try and get more parents and the students themselves and some teachers. We're going to try and have this big group Q&A. So if any of you are interested in that or feel like you can relate to that, that's going to be something that you want to tune into. And that's going to happen hopefully sometime this week. We got to see if we can coordinate everyone's schedules. But keep an eye out on that. That'll definitely be coming, and it'll be on the Nona Connect platform. But of course, we'll share it because we're all one big family. So we're going to move on. We have another very special guest coming in because, he initially reached out to me through the In the Nona Instagram, and it's about Orlando student tutoring. Everyone has transitioned to the distance learning, and that may not be the easiest transition for some students. And we're going to bring in Arnav Pujari. And hey, Arnav, welcome.
Hi, Nicole.
So talk to me more about what Orlando Student Tutoring is and kind of how it came to be.
So Orlando Student Tutoring is really just a group of high school juniors, and we're working together to help make the transition to distance learning more easy for students across Orlando. So my friends and I came up with the idea just one night, saying that it's our spring break, let's do something that can help the community. And we just landed on the idea to help tutoring kids. And that was the birth of Orlando Student Tutoring.
So this is kind of a new thing, this program, because quarantine hasn't been going on. It's been going on for what feels like forever, but it hasn't been going on for too long. So I mean, what's the success? Have you seen a lot of people sign up so far? How's it going?
Yeah, we actually, surprisingly, we've had nearly a 300% increase in the number of forms submitted to our website. So we've been we've been seeing clients come in nearly every single day for the past week. And so we're just starting to get tutoring out. We had a Zoom session today itself with a first grader about geometry. So it really like shows the different, like we're like helping all the kids all the time now. So
That's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, and I can imagine a lot of parents are thanking you guys because, you know, besides all the other duties that they've had to do, they are now also taking on the brunt of the work with being a teacher as well. And I think you guys are definitely helping kind of take some of that stress off their shoulders. So what are, you know, I saw, because on your website, we just had it up, you guys are helping with homework and doing specific lessons. I saw that there was a little section for resources as well. What does that entail?
So understanding that some children may have trouble with, say, some particular English concept, we've compiled a database of different worksheets and different lesson videos that can help explain that particular topic to a child. And so like if a child is having problem with, say, algebra, we've compiled like different worksheets that can help them explore that topic and practice it using our worksheets that we've compiled.
Okay. All right. Can you list off some of the subjects that you guys cover? Because obviously there's a lot nowadays.
We actually cover literally anything. So from
Okay.
math, English to computer science, art, we cover it all. Our tutors have such a diverse base that we're able to help anyone in any particular subject. In fact, I have to shout out some of my friends that helped me start Orlando Student Tutoring.
Yes,
Pavan,
please.
Jeffrey, Alan, Tanish, Chris, Abhi, Nishant, Sanjay, and Manish. We all started
Wow.
Orlando Student Tutoring together.
Thank you so much for that. So besides helping all of these students, how can people help you guys do what you need to do?
Just spread the word. If you know anyone that's in need, where our website's available on both Android, iOS, Mac OS, Windows, everywhere. We have a good response system. We'll get back to you within 24 hours of submitting the form. Just spread the word.
And so they reach out to you guys at the website orlandostudenttutoring.com?
Yes.
Awesome. Arnav, thank you so much for what you're doing. I'm sure it is really making a grand impact. And thank you to all of your friends who did help create the group as well. It really, really means a lot. And I know, again, the kids themselves, I'm sure, are very thankful, and the parents especially.
Thank you very much.
Of course. So with that, we're going to move on to our final topic. It's a long-awaited one that everyone has been very patient for, Best of Nona 2019. And yes, we had nominations open for, I think it was about 2 weeks, and those are closed now. But we will be working on seeing how many nominations came in and getting that voting round up next. And that's going to be happening this week, I'm hoping. And then you'll just be voting for your favorite local businesses, some individuals as well. And that voting period we're going to have open for a little bit longer than the nominations, because we know that you guys want to spread the word and spread the positivity, because that's what we need right now. And it's no better time to show the support for your local businesses, because you can't go there physically, or maybe you can if they're still open, but you can always show the love digitally. And that's what the Best of Nona 2019 is all about. So keep an eye out on the social media platforms for that. We'll be announcing that via Nonahood News. And once it's active, you guys share, and plus vote. You know, no better time to vote. So keep an eye out. We will be seeing the Best of Nona voting round coming very soon. So guys, that's going to be a wrap for this edition of In the Nona's live stream episode. I'm your host, Nicole Bosco. But guys, first, before you go, don't forget to visit us and follow us and like us on social media. That's at Stay in the Nona on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And Courtney, I see you. She's asking, can you share the Adopt a Senior page? Is it easy to find? I will share it. I believe it's a private group though, so you may have to join before being able to see everything. But we will go ahead and get that shared as soon as I get off the screen, because I am not a good multitasker, and I don't want to just sit here and not do anything for you guys to look at. That's no fun, right? Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Again, go like and follow on social media, and we'll do this around the same time next week, guys. You're not going anywhere, right? I know I'm not. All right, guys. See you next week. Stay safe. Stay home.